Hey team. Okay, so today's video topic is I had somebody ask me if there's any difference between people who are older and people who are younger and whether or not they should be on a low carb diet. So the truth is that in my opinion, my medical opinion, my personal opinion, is that it doesn't matter what your age is. Insulin responds the same to all glucose, whether you are young or whether you are old. So the ultimate point of this is that you want to regulate your blood sugar. And that does not matter if you are old or if you're 20 or 15. It doesn't matter. Glucose responds the same, insulin responds the same. And I think that everybody should be managing their blood sugar. So there's that. I had another person ask me. So today I'm answering all of these questions. I had another person ask me about the reason why managing your blood sugar is so important. So this is such a great question because understanding why you're doing something will help you continue what we're doing. Okay. So the reason why I'm trying to get people to decrease their carbs in their diet, one is because we have way too many of them. I mean, you can get carbs anywhere, breads, potatoes, pasta. You can literally find it anywhere. And then the other reason is that as we spike our glucose, so take in carbs or sugar, your glucose rises in your blood. Insulin's job is to decrease your blood sugar in your blood, shift it into tissues. That can be your brain, that can be your muscle, that can be adipose tissue, it can be your liver. So its job is to take it from the blood, shift it into a tissue, okay? And part of what happens in this is that it does not allow for the reverse. So if you have a bunch of fat cells that you are trying to lose, right? Most people try and lose weight, and that's why they try a low carb diet, or maybe they're trying a vegan diet, or maybe they're trying South Beach or Slim Fast or some diet. They're trying to lose weight. If you're trying to lose weight, what you really want to do is avoid spiking your insulin all the time, because when you spike that insulin, you are causing it to take things from your blood and shift it into the tissues. Okay, so if you're trying to get the fat out to use for fuel, you're going the wrong direction. So what we want to try and do is avoid the number of times that you spike that insulin, so that way you can actually use the fat as the fuel. It goes out into your blood. You can then go and use it in your muscles for fuel. Okay. So the other reason is that every time you spike your blood sugar, you get that really short term high, that the endorphins are released, you get a little bit of energy. It's great for a very short period of time. And then what happens is that because the blood sugar raised, insulin raised with it, and then insulin's job is to shift it into the tissues, right? So you have that crash right afterwards. And then what do people do? They're tired, they're craving things. And so what do? We add more carbs, and then your insulin crashes you, and then you add more carbs, and then you crash, and you're just on this roller coaster all day. And so anybody who's having energy issues, it's very likely because you are having way too many carbs too frequently. So one recommendation that I give my patients is maybe try and only spike your insulin one time per day. If you can't give up everything all day, maybe you go high protein, high fat most of the day, and you only spike it one time. If you're like, I really want pancakes, then you have pancakes in the morning, and then the rest of your day, you have to be Nat's ass on with not having very many carbs. Okay. If you go and you have eggs and bacon in the morning and you have a burger without the bun middle of the day, and you're like, I really want potatoes at night. Okay, great. So like we are trying to decrease the number of insulin spikes throughout the day. That's a great way to start out with it. Um, let's see. I had another question about how many times should you be eating? And this varies per person. Okay, so I personally only eat twice per day. I have my coffee with cream in the morning, and then I normally get hungry right around like 10, 11-ish. And so I have sausage and eggs in the morning. And that's a really nice fatty meal. And that really tides me over all day. And then I see patients throughout the day. And normally I get home right around like 7:30, and I eat dinner at night. And that's anywhere. Last night I had ribs. Sometimes I do ground beef with cheese on it, burgers with bacon, avocado. Um, I love Caesar salads, so I will get a rotisserie chicken from Sprouts and I'll peel it apart, and I have like a ton of chicken for my protein, and then I load up on the Parmesan and the Caesar, and I have like a little bit of lettuce with that. So a big Caesar salad. Um, so that's what I have. When you're first removing carbs, you're actually going to be craving things more often. So, my recommendation is that you eat when you're hungry, you eat until you're full, and you drink lots of water, you salt the crap out of things. And that you probably will have to eat more often. When I first went low carb, I was eating 3, sometimes 4 times per day. Once you get past that initial phase, you'll be able to go down to 3, maybe 2 times per day. And going longer in between meals won't be so challenging because you have the fat and the protein to satiate you for longer periods of time. On that note, I had a person ask me about salt. So I harp on salt all the time in my practice. People are so afraid of salt, just like they're afraid of fat. It's gotten a bad rap. There's really only a small subset of people who are salt sensitive and it raises their blood pressure. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know how it got so twisted in this. But salt, especially in a low carb diet, what happens is that carbohydrates are stored in your muscles, and it also holds on to water. So if you see people who like have like a little bit, they're like puffier, it's because they have carbs that are attached to water that's attached to salt and electrolyte. So it can like kind of make you look a little puffy. And then when you first initially take out the carbs, you're going to lose a ton of water. It's called water wasting and salt wasting. And the problem is because you don't have the carbs that are being stored in your muscles, you're not having a place to take the water and the electrolytes with. And so people can get cramps. This is like the keto flu has made like a huge thing where like you're getting like headaches and cramps and, some upset stomach. That's really because your electrolytes are off. So things like bone broth, salting your food, really just staying up with hydration and electrolytes is the most important thing to get over that. So in this initial phase of learning how to decrease your carbs, you really, really need to keep your electrolytes and your water up, because it's going to go right through you. I know a lot of people have been messaging me and saying that they're urinating all the time. That's because you're salt wasting and water wasting. So that'll normalize later. It's just this initial phase. I think that's a good video for now. If you have other questions, please, please, please send them to me. I am going to make more videos. I hope you guys are doing great. Just keep up with it. Keep trying, keep learning, keep adjusting. Any questions, any struggles, please send them to me. I've got your back. Everybody here at Wellspring has your back. So keep it up and have a great day.